Alyssa Thomas. Look at this. Look at this. You're trying to punch her in the throat, guy. What are you doing? Look at this. Arrest this hoodlum. Lock this thug up. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Like, let's be real.
What so many supporters of Caitlin Clark have been saying throughout the season was finally repeated by Lisa Leslie. And it was a message that many people across the basketball world needed to hear. According to Leslie, the league, along with the referees and the players, has to do a better job of protecting everyone on the floor while keeping the physical essence of the game. Lisa Leslie did not remain mute during the contentious event involving Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark, in which Thomas made physical contact close to Clark's neck. She emphasized the significance of player safety, uniform officiating, and player respect. Leslie also added that players have a responsibility to defend one another and that every player deserves the same level of protection, regardless of who they are. The legendary WNBA great provided a perspective that many people felt balanced and reasonable. Her remarks urged supporters to put aside the controversy and concentrate on the more important problem of player protection while maintaining the integrity of the game. This season, according to many observers, has proved that the more Caitlin Clark achieves, the more attention and debate appear to surround her. Let's examine Lisa Leslie's actual words, which have generated a lot of conversation about player safety, consistent officiating, and the WNBA's future. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 83% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already?
Great.
Thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the video.
Thank you. Just thank you, Lisa Leslie. Thank you, Lisa Leslie. I cannot stress this enough. Thank you. There is somebody with sense. There is actually somebody with some sense.
Lisa Leslie made it apparent that player safety must continue to be a top concern after watching the video of the incident involving Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark. Leslie underlined that while basketball is naturally a rough game, there is still a responsibility for players to protect one another and for the league to apply its rules uniformly. However, what stuck out most in Lisa Leslie's words was her focus on accountability and respect for the game. She said times like this should educate everyone from players to officials about the significance of keeping a balance between physical competition and player safety. Let's return to the narrative now. A topic that many fans had previously been debating was reiterated by the Hall of Famer. In her view, there is a distinct difference between gritty, championship-level basketball and actions that unnecessarily put another player at risk. Drawing on her years of experience in the WNBA, Leslie highlighted that rough play has always been part of the sport, but it should never come at the expense of respect for opponents or the integrity of the game. She also discussed the response to the incident, stressing that it is everyone's duty to contribute to the positive advancement of the game. Her main points were accountability, uniformity, and making sure that each athlete is protected to the same extent by the regulations. Lisa Leslie feels that players, officials, and the league all share a responsibility to safeguard the integrity of the game. Leslie stressed that accountability and consistency are crucial whenever aggressive play exceeds the line after the incident involving Alyssa Thomas and Caitlin Clark. Leslie also addressed what she believes makes Caitlin Clark such a unique player. She lauded Clark's basketball IQ, court vision, competitiveness, and ability to lift the players around her. Leslie, however, voiced worry that rather than just being let to compete, Clark has frequently found herself at the center of needless physical play. According to Leslie, the focus should remain on basketball. Instead of engaging in needless dispute, great players should challenge one another via preparation, skill, and effort. She underlined that preserving respect for opponents and protecting players are vital responsibilities for everyone participating in the game. From Leslie's standpoint, the league should continue aiming for consistency so that every player is judged by the same standard and has the opportunity to compete securely. Lisa Leslie addressed the event without holding back. She highlighted that protecting athletes and upholding the integrity of the game should remain a priority for everyone associated with the WNBA. Her remarks soon became a hot topic of conversation in the basketball community. Drawing from her own experience as one of the greatest players in WNBA history, Leslie linked the physical hurdles she endured throughout her career with the attention and pressure Caitlin Clark is feeling now. She admitted that Clark is playing in an unprecedented limelight and carrying high expectations at a young age. Leslie also emphasized that the league, its officials, and its players all share a responsibility to strike a balance between physical competition and player safety. She added consistency in enforcing the rules is crucial to protecting every participant and preserving the integrity of the game. Many fans saw the comments as a significant addition to the ongoing conversation about player safety, refereeing, and the WNBA's future when they swiftly went viral on social media. Lisa Leslie noted that situations like these should remind everyone involved in the game of the significance of player safety, accountability, and consistency. Leslie claims that inappropriate handling of instances involving needless rough play can convey the incorrect message to young fans and aspiring athletes who look up to the WNBA. Instead than concentrating on needless physical altercations, she stressed that young players should watch the league to acquire the values of skill, devotion, hard effort, respect, and sportsmanship. Leslie's optimism for Caitlin Clark's future was among the most noteworthy aspects of her remarks. Leslie admitted, based on her personal experience, that every great player encounters difficulties early in their career, but that overcoming hardship frequently shapes future stars. Leslie said that Clark is growing into one of the most well-known and marketable players in the WNBA while juggling high expectations and media attention at a very young age. In Leslie's view, that makes the importance of consistent officiating and player protection even stronger. For Leslie, supporting Clark isn't about giving special treatment to one player, it's about safeguarding the integrity of the game and ensuring that every player has the opportunity to participate safely under the same standards. Lisa Leslie has continually lauded Caitlin Clark's tremendous talent, court vision, competitiveness, and the impact she has had on the advancement of women's basketball. At the same time, Leslie has emphasized that the league must continue to protect player safety, consistent officiating, and respect for the game. The Hall of Famer has made it obvious that she believes the WNBA is at a pivotal juncture in its history. Leslie thinks it's critical to establish a setting where the biggest players in the game, as well as every player on the court, can compete at the top level under fair and consistent standards as the league continues to draw in new fans and unheard-of attention. Leslie believes that safeguarding the game's integrity involves more than just one player. It's about making sure that the WNBA's ongoing expansion is focused on skill, competition, sportsmanship, and accountability. In her perspective, the league's future will depend on upholding those ideals as women's basketball continues to achieve new heights. But this is the question that everyone is asking. Will Lisa Leslie's demands for uniform officiating and player safety be taken seriously by the WNBA? Will the league continue to retain the focus on basketball while ensuring that every player is safeguarded under the same standards? What do you think about Lisa Leslie's perspective on the significance of player safety and accountability? Do you think the league is already doing enough, or do you agree with her emphasis on consistency? More importantly, do you think the WNBA will keep doing more to safeguard all of its players, including Caitlin Clark? The basketball community will keep a close eye on this debate, and many think Lisa Leslie's remarks have given the continuing discussion about player safety, officiating, and the WNBA's future a valuable voice. One thing has become unavoidable as this story progresses. One foul, one game, or one player are no longer the only topics of discussion. It concerns the WNBA's future and the path it want to take at one of the most significant junctures in its history. Lisa Leslie did more than just offer her opinion on a contentious issue. Her words highlighted broader worries about player safety, consistency, accountability, and the future growth of women's basketball, issues that fans, former players, and experts have been discussing throughout the season. People pay attention when one of women's basketball's biggest icons publicly stresses the significance of player safety. Lisa Leslie's words have given another respected voice to a conversation that continues to expand throughout the basketball world. Straightforward inquiry is at the heart of that conversation. Can basketball remain athletic, competitive, and exciting while also making player safety a priority? Many fans believe the answer should be yes. Physical defense has always been part of basketball, and the game's greatest rivalries have been founded on tenacity, resilience, and elite competition. Leslie has stressed that each athlete should have the chance to compete in a fair and uniform manner. The goal of protecting players is to uphold the integrity of the game and implement the rules consistently, not to give anyone preferential treatment. Caitlin Clark, one of the biggest stars in the WNBA, has drawn millions of new fans and contributed to the unparalleled attention that women's basketball has received. With that attention comes more responsibility for everyone involved, from players and coaches to officials and the league itself, to ensure that the game continues to flourish while maintaining fairness, respect, and player safety. Millions of people tune in every time Caitlin Clark comes onto the court. Within minutes, her biggest highlights spread throughout social media, and every contentious play becomes major news. That level of attention generates great pressure, not only for Clark, but also for everyone involved, including players, coaches, referees, and league officials. Despite all of that attention, Clark continues to focus on basketball. She keeps competing, leading her squad, and addressing expectations that very few athletes have encountered this early in their professional careers. She is undeniably one of the main reasons so many new fans are watching the WNBA, regardless of whether they agree with her or disagree. Moments like these are crucial because of this. Public opinion is shaped by every contentious event. Every officiating choice is examined. Every reaction from the league becomes part of a much wider conversation about justice, consistency, player safety, and the future of professional women's basketball. As Lisa Leslie has emphasized, debates like these should eventually help develop the game. It's vital to remember that this discussion isn't about assigning blame or creating unnecessary conflict. Basketball is an emotional, highly competitive sport, and the focus should be on safeguarding players while keeping the intensity and purity that make the game so attractive. Sports that go quickly can lead to tense circumstances, physical contact, and snap decisions. Naturally, fans, analysts, and former athletes will have different opinions about where the line should be placed. The most crucial element is that the conversations strengthen rather than weaken the game. The WNBA has more momentum than it has ever had. Television viewership continues to climb. Ardent supporters are crowding venues, and young girls across the country are dreaming of becoming professional basketball players because they now witness stars who inspire them on the grandest stage. That is something to be proud of. However, increased growth also raises expectations. Consistency is expected by fans. Fairness is expected by